It has?
On condition you have a home and a job to go to.
Oh.
Is that a problem? You don't look very pleased.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm knocked out about it, really. Didn't think I had a chance. It's going to be a bit hard finding a job and a place, you know.
Yes, I realise that, but we'll give you all the help we can.
Oh, thanks. Hey, you don't reckon I could talk to Jude about it? Judy Bryant. If anyone can help me, she can.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Oh, terrific. Well, what do you know? Parole, eh? Beaut!
Will that be all, Governor?
Yes. Oh, unless you'd like to do half this paperwork.
Wait outside, Daniels.
Yeah, righto.
Governor, I happen to have a typewriter at home. Now, there's no one there, no interruptions, and I'd be very happy to give you a hand until you get yourself, well, familiarised, if you thought it might help.
That's very kind of you, but I couldn't really, not in your free time.
Oh, it'd be no trouble, honestly.
I am tempted.
Then let's agree to it, shall we? Starting tonight, and by the look of all these folders here, I'd say the sooner the better.
All right. But I insist it's overtime as far as you're concerned.
Oh, well, I won't argue with that.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
My pleasure. Righto, Daniels, back to work.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Pleased about your parole?
Oh, yeah, too right.
I should think so. Funny old world, isn't it, Daniels? There was I thinking that you had bashed Tyler. Oh, it'd be awful if I had to stop your parole at the last minute, wouldn't it?
I'm getting paroled.
Oh.
Yeah, thought I'd blown it. But if I can get a job and a place to crash, they're letting me out of here.
Easier said than done.
Oh, come on, Lizzie, aren't you pleased for me?
I'm not forgetting the bees in the pound because of you. You wouldn't be going anywhere if Bea hadn't taken the blame for something that you'd done.
Yeah, I know. Hope she doesn't change her story. It'd ruin everything.
Oh, charming. Never mind Bea. You just think about number one.
Someone's got to. Reckon the freak's onto me, though. You'll keep quiet about it, won't you, Lizzie?
I'm no lagger.
Yeah, but when Mrs. M said I had to see the governor, I thought maybe you'd dob me in.
I don't lag, nor do I let my friends take the blame for something that I did, unlike some people that I know around here.
What are you doing? Come on. There you go. Oh, yes. Mackenzie's another one to watch. She'd sell her own grandmother for sixpence. Now, she's not as smart as Smith, but she certainly is as dangerous.
What about Lizzie Birdsworth? She seems to be our longest-serving prisoner.
Oh, well, your main trouble with Birdsworth is that she's a crony of Smith. Apart from that, she's quite harmless. Oh, she plays up the poor health thing a bit, you know, bad heart and all that. Anything to have people feel sorry for her. Most of the officers tend to go a bit easy on her.
You don't feel that's justified?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There are a few soft touches on the staff. They tend to get a bit too involved. They don't see that they're being manipulated.
Who, for instance?
Oh, now, I wouldn't like to talk about personalities, not behind their backs.
And I wouldn't expect you to. I'm just curious to get to know a bit more about my staff. It's difficult enough to get to know people without... Well, to be frank, there has been some resistance, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I had noticed. But then you can't please everyone.
Oh, early days yet, I hope. But if you can help me, anything you can tell me be appreciated. And kept confidential, of course.
Oh, well, I don't think that anything that I could say would be any more than common knowledge anyway. Meg Morris does tend to get a little too involved, personally. But that's no secret, and I'm sure she means no harm by it, but I think it does affect her judgment from time to time. Did you know that she spent 48 hours inside for contempt of court?
Yes, I read that on her report. What about Mrs. Powell?
Yes, well, she has been an efficient deputy governor. With then she too has had her share of problems in getting involved with prisoners.
Such as?
Well, there was a sticky situation some time back concerning the husband of one of the prisoners.
Really?
Oh, it didn't last for too long, and it certainly isn't indicative of the way she usually conducts herself. But as I said, getting too close can be dangerous.
Yes. And it's no wonder I don't trust written reports. This is all new to me.
Anyway, here we are talking about everyone else. What about you? Now, if you don't mind my asking, there are some of us who would like to know a little more about our new governor.
Well, there's not much to tell, really. No dark secrets, anything like that. My husband died 6 years ago. My 2 children helped me through that time. There's Paul. He's 18, working as a trainee manager for a supermarket. And Julie. She's 21. 22, rather. Doing 4th year university. Both good kids. And apart from 15 or so years in the public service, that's about it, really. Nothing terribly exciting.
Well, I think you'll have your share of excitement from now on. Would you like some more port?
Thank you. And thanks again for tonight. It's been really worthwhile.
I'm glad you think it has.
Feeling, babe?
All right. I've just been talking to Lizzie. She's very worried about you. A lot of the women are. Now, she said you didn't bash Denise Taylor.
Did she?
Yes. And I don't think you did either.
What's it matter?
Well, you shouldn't be sitting in here if that's the case.
Here, there, it's all the same.
Well, the B. Smith I know wouldn't be sitting in here for something she didn't do. Are you sick? When you said this morning you were lying down because you didn't feel well. There's nothing you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Lizzie, it's Mrs. M. Oh, Mrs. M. I thought all my birthdays had come at once. What do you want? I want you to come up to Solitary and talk to B. Me? But that's not allowed. Yes, I know. But you want to talk to her, don't you? You want to help her? Of course I do. Fine. Get your dressing gown on.
Lizzie.
G'day, B. We didn't wait, did we, love?
What the screws letting you in here for?
Don't worry about it, love. It's only Mrs. M. She thought I'd like to come and see how you're doing. We've been really worried about you, love.
I told her I was all right.
Yeah, but are you really? Can't fool an old maid like me, you know. Come on, B. Tell me what's eating at you. You had me worried sick this morning in the laundry when you saw something that wasn't even there.
It was real, I tell you.
Oh, what upset you? That was real enough.
The letter was there.
Oh, B. I think you're thinking too much about Debbie.
Can't
You're
think.
dwelling on it, love.
You can't. Can't think too much about your own daughter.
I know, love, but it isn't really healthy. It gets to you so you don't know what's what. When you get a fix on something like that, you can't see anything else.
Don't you think that worries me too?
Well, you got to do something about it. You got to pull yourself out of it.
Like what?